What's up, everyone? How you doing? It's Willie. How you doing? We gotta leave it. We gotta leave it. What's up, everyone? How you doing? It's Will, and we're at Try the Goulash.
No.
Try again.
What's up, everyone? How you doing? Fuck me. This is harder than you
I
think.
told you. It's intimidating. It's intimidating.
I just need to go.
Hey. What's up, everybody? This is Blake. Welcome to Try the Goulash.
I'm Alex.
And it's Willie. And we're just going to dive into it. We're going to lead with the World Cup, and then we're going to go deep into competition, baby.
Ooh, World Cup. That's
World
the topic,
Cup.
huh?
Yeah.
Football?
It starts tomorrow. It's going to be weird because the United States is not in it, and this is my first World Cup without my home team. So
We are from the U.S.
Where they at?
yeah, they choked. More important news, guys. Yes.
What?
2026.
Yeah!
What is that?
The USA,
North America, baby.
Canada, and Mexico. Whoa. As my stomach explodes. Jesus. They, like I said, Canada, USA, and Mexico.
North America.
Yes, North America. We're hosting.
That's
Shut the f*** up, Blake. We're hosting that World Cup, baby. So, United States, Canada, Mexico. They got the bid for the 2016
yeah.
World Cup, baby.
That's cool.
More importantly, they have named the cities
Ooh.
where they could hold them.
Where is
Oh,
it?
yeah. Who's going to be? LA?
Boys, you know who's on that map?
Kansas City?
Kansas City.
Is it
Shut
really?
up.
It is.
What?
Which leads to my question.
Oh, man. I didn't know any of this. That's awesome.
Kansas City, if we got it, would you go? And what would be the price that you would
Yeah.
list
How much?
at, like, where you would just cut off?
With
Like,
tickets?
what's my top dollar
Yeah,
I would
like,
pay?
yeah.
I don't even know. What's, like, average?
I mean,
on it.
they're going to be expensive.
Are we talking, like,
The crazy
hundreds,
thing is-
thousands?
The United States, we're not in it this year, but the United States in itself in ticket sales, okay, easy, bud. We have like 2.2 million. We have the most ticket sales that have been bought like before the World Cup even has started.
Wow, and we didn't even make it in
Yeah, we didn't even make it. That's crazy. So what's just look up 2018 World Cup tickets.
Yeah, it says ticket prices for international fans attending the Football World Cup in Brazil will start at $90.
That's not bad at all. I was imagining, like...
Yeah, it says
$400.
FIFA announced that the cheapest ticket for overseas fans for the final was $440, and the most expensive was $990.
Oh, that's not even bad.
$990? That's a shitload of money, dude.
Yeah, but that's not even close to like the Super Bowl, or
I don't
even
even-
like baseball
I think it-
playoff.
I
tickets.
gotta-
I want to look this up because
If you playoff tickets at baseball right behind home plate, those ones are like over $1,000.
Here's the thing: out of the group here, I know the least about sports, so I don't even know.
NBA courtside tickets,
Is it expensive?
probably yeah. I don't. Maybe not regular seasons, but like watching LeBron and Steph.
Okay, I'm looking up what the opening game, Russia versus Saudi Arabia, is going to run us tomorrow.
So they're stopping into Kansas City here?
No, so
what
let
does
me
that mean?
They
preface
just
this.
might have a couple.
They've
matches.
they've listed like maybe 50 cities between Canada and Mexico.
Okay.
Like,
And they just pick
yeah.
one?
Now
We'd have to build a stadium.
No.
They won't
I'll
fit
go
it
into
into
my answer. You guys got to answer the question. What
Have you even
would
asked
you?
a question?
Yes.
Yeah, what
What
the
was it?
price you would
What
pay?
would you go and what would be like the max price you would just like cut out on? So basically, what would you the highest dollar you would pay for?
I'd go for $100.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably go for. I was thinking like 200.
Anything over $100, I'd be like, nah. Because I'm just like not. I'm just the least sportsy out of the three of us.
I just don't know when else I would ever go to a World Cup match.
That would be.
And it would be right here. I'd be like, well,
Yeah,
That-
guys,
that would be the
they're-
thing that
they're
would-
gonna be expensive. Tomorrow's game, they're going for like $700 a pop.
yeah, that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
about.
But
Like,
he-
I was thinking
So,
higher.
what's your answer?
I said 200.
200?
Yeah, maybe like 150. Like if you guys were going and it was 200, I might be like, oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Well, answering my own answering my own question. I'm the biggest sports guy out of the
going
three
down the
of us, and an event like the World Cup, number one, it's probably never going to be in the United States ever again in my lifetime.
That's a good point.
And I look at that at high value. Like 2026, I'm going to the World Cup. Like I've already decided today.
Yeah?
It's
Yeah?
It's one of those events.
It's on the list.
Yeah, it's a
mean, you
bucket
got
list
plenty
event.
of time to-
And well, I can. It's not financially. I don't give a. I would pay
A lot.
a lot for it. Number one, I put a little brief background to soccer. I played in college. I think we may have
Touched on that
yes.
a little bit.
But I still am around the game today, and like that being in itself is enough for me to go.
It would
And
be like an homage.
yeah, paying my homage to
That's cool, man.
yeah.
So,
But let me go back into the if Kansas City got it. You guys were touching base on this.
Touch my base, big boy.
I don't think they would even have to build a stadium. They could play in f***ing Arrowhead. That fits thousands of people.
That'd be sick.
that would be
But
crazy.
here,
that would be crazy.
here is why I think Kansas City has a really good shot at getting it. Are we the biggest city? No.
We're centrally located.
That is why I think we would probably get it.
We're in the middle of the
we are
country.
literally in
We're
the
like-
middle of Canada, Mexico, and the United States. Like
We're
we are
14 hours away
smack
from...
middle.
Yeah, it's the
Both.
exact dot in like the middle of the North America.
Yeah, it's crazy, but
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
God, that would be cool.
Hell
which,
yeah.
if you guys want me to go into I have another question.
Yeah, let's keep rolling.
Ask
I can
away.
just go.
Ask
So,
her.
like, we've touched base on the World Cup, but worldwide events like this, for example, the Olympics, what do you think is the biggest benefit that we have from these games?
Oh God. I mean, that's a deep. There's a lot that goes into the Olympics. Like you've got, I mean, you have camaraderie. Like the whole world's coming together for this event. That's like super special.
I agree.
It's cool to see everyone in the world unite. You also get like peak human performance. Like that's cool
Yeah.
to see who's best in
It's
the whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like it's nice to have a sense of pride. Like every time the World Cup comes around and every time the Olympics come on, like rooting for U.S. people.
Nationalism.
It's just fun.
yeah,
And yeah, what did you say?
nationalism. Like
Nationalism. Yeah, that's the word.
It's fun. It's easy to get behind.
It is
Yeah.
fun. It's
I
just
mean,
fun to
it-
be a part of a group. You just
Yeah.
feel badass, and it's where you were born. So it's like, well,
It's weird that
This is
is
it.
a
I
thing.
think that's like the greatest thing about this. Like it's the World Cup, for example. It's so much bigger than the game of soccer. It,
Oh
like
yeah.
oh yeah,
bringing
event.
bringing everyone together to Russia, like that's cool, number one. But you got to think of everyone that's back in their home country, like cheering on
Yeah, like the whole world.
their favorite.
Watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that it brings people together, I think that does a lot for an individual.
It's kind of like an exposure thing. Like you get to see, especially like if you watch it on TV, you just get to see a lot of different cultures and people and I don't know, style and
It's
all
fun.
that.
It's fun to watch like we'll watch like the NFL and like the NBA and really popular sporting events over here in America, but like the World Cup and the Olympics is like it's everybody. So you see the very best. Like I don't know how to say this. I'm probably gonna cut this, but like if it's globally, the best people at that thing is gonna rise. And it's
Well,
cool.
exactly.
I don't know.
You get the you get the highest competition.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my god.
I also just think that competition, like it brings
Yeah,
about.
let's talk about competition.
It well, we have been. So focus up. And then I forget what I was gonna say. Competition. You see.
Focus up, dude. Focus up.
You see. See for competition.
Come on, ask your questions, damn it.
Guys, look at the tears.
Yeah.
It's real.
Hey,
I'm gonna give you more.
you can do it, dude.
Focus up.
Drink this.
Were you guys
Night.
were you guys ever in church when you were younger and you heard something funny?
Yes.
Yes.
But
yes.
then you
yes.
couldn't
With
laugh.
Chris.
Yes.
But then you couldn't laugh, and it like makes it harder.
Yes.
Our last
I
guest-
hate
That's
that
me
feeling.
right now. Okay, this is where I stand on competition. It's kind of bittersweet. I think that it definitely is good because it keeps setting the bar higher. So whatever the thing is you're doing, you eventually like someone becomes like the best, and I think that's cool because competition like kind of drives.
Everyone to
Yeah, it like drives everyone
Their best
to be
potential.
like, let's see what the human potential is and just like push it to the max. But it's also bad because like tribalism happens where people like get into groups and then you're like, I don't like these people over here. But they're all the same people. So that like kind of sucks.
Yeah, I think competition does wondrous things in the world. Blake kind of, he hit the nail on the head. Basically saying competition brings the best out of us, and I think that is a great reason for competition. But for me personally, competing, I can relate a lot with sports. And looking at, I work in the sports industry, and looking at the path that we're going down is not the greatest because
As far as like injuries,
no, not nothing. Like it's getting too competitive
body
at a young age.
Enhancements.
At a
would
very,
agree.
very young age.
I would
Like
agree.
parents are getting they're putting too much pressure on kids.
Yeah, like
pageant
and
you see
yeah,
the dad like yelling at a
Yeah.
t-ball match. You're like, what are you doing?
this like
Calm down.
I'll just say one thing about that and
Yeah,
just
you
leave it at
experienced
that.
this like firsthand, Will.
Parents out there, if you're listening, take this.
Fuck off, all right?
No,
Stop fucking with
just
the
listen
kids.
and take note of this because number one, I do a lot of coaching right now. It's challenging, but it's very rewarding at the same time. And I would say the biggest thing is let the coach do his job. If you're a parent on the sideline, just relax and let him do the job.
Chill out,
Because especially if it's in a volunteer like recreational league, which is a lot of what I deal with.
This is very serious. I hope you're listening.
Yeah, just like that coach is a volunteer. He's not getting paid to do it. And
Right.
if you
You
are,
should have volunteered.
Exactly. That is if any parent comes and complains to me about the way I'm coaching or my coaching style is, well, do you want to do this?
Yeah,
You
please
can
do.
it.
I could use a
that's-
day off. Like,
I've said that to a couple parents, and
I'm gonna go buy a
they've
churro.
they've gotten the
I
note.
mean, that's like the ultimate
yeah.
like back off.
I mean, I do it in a professional manner,
Definitely,
but
definitely.
you kind of
you
have
have
to.
to do this, chump.
Get up here.
Get in
Yeah.
here. No, get in here.
Don't
you want
sit
to do
down.
it? You're talking.
your nachos.
Get in here. No, I'm serious. It's your
And-
turn.
Give me those nachos.
Going back to competition, I think it's good from a certain age on.
It's probably with anything. It's
Yeah.
just like moderation.
Yeah.
It's like you just gotta. So when you're at your kid's t-ball game, who's like 5, and you're freaking out on the coach,
Exactly.
like moderation. Just like it doesn't really matter if your kid wins or loses at that age.
And I will tell you this as well. Is your kid going to remember
That too.
the third inning game-winning hit
I do.
as a kindergartner?
That was the peak of my life.
No, of course not. At kindergarten.
I still talk about it.
If you're in 8th grade or above,
That's a
like,
little
yeah,
different, yeah.
like when you can actually understand and remember a memory, like, yeah, of course I have some,
I
but
remember.
yeah.
I remember.
So, Al, what's your answer?
Well, that's like we're talking mostly sports right now, probably because we were relating it from the World Cup discussion. But I actually have another analogy line to go down in my field of art, and I attribute a lot of my success and my skills that I have today to my competitive nature, like. Growing up when I was a kid, I just was like naturally good at drawing and stuff like that and coloring. And so people in my class would be like jealous and they would always tell me that I was one of the best or whatever. And so I was always trying to be. And there's like a couple other kids that were also really good. And so we would like always be trying really hard on our projects so we could like best the other person. And it kind of like drove us to be better artists, I think. And it still happens today. Like, I mean, I still want to like top myself, even like compete with previous works
agree
of
with
art
you.
and whatever. But then there's also like the negative side of that for me is like then you're focusing too much on almost like the ego side of it and maybe not doing art for the right reasons. Like, are you compromising? Like, if you get too competitive about it, and that's really what you're going for, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But
Like, did I miss out on like the appreciation of some art when I was growing up because I was always focused on trying to top
yeah.
someone?
But at the same time, competing like in itself, you learn so much from that because, like, if you lose, you learn how to lose. Do I like to lose? No,
There's a way to do
yeah,
it.
but through competing in anything, you learn more than just
You
whatever
learn that
you're
it's
doing.
like you learn that like failure is a part of life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think that is like the biggest thing I harp on to all my athletes. If they're 3 years old, if they're 13 years old, it's, hey, you're not going to win it at everything in life. Do I want you to succeed? Yes, of course. But you're not going to, and the sooner you learn that, the further you're going to go in life. And
I feel like it makes you better. Like if you're doing something, whatever it is, playing sports or like drawing or working your job, if you're not failing, I feel like you're not pushing yourself hard enough.
Well, failure in itself,
Like that's like a
that-
sign
that
that says,
is-
"Hey, you're trying really hard."
well, failure to me is the biggest motivation for me. Because
definitely, yeah.
when I fail, I hate that shit. Like, I don't like to say, hey, I was in the wrong here, or I performed poorly.
I agree.
Like, that in itself is motivation for me to, like, kick it in gear and just
Definitely. Some people react
Grab the bull by the horns,
pretty
baby.
well.
That was me grabbing
Do you
a
guys,
bull in our living
do
room.
you guys want my question of the week?
Hit me, Zaddy.
Are you ready for Blake's question of the week?
The question.
Yeah.
Question of the
Whack.
Ask
All
away.
right, this is what I came up with.
Askaroo.
As you both know, I tried to come up with a question immediately before recording this. So this is what I came up with. This is the only thing I could think of.
Hit me.
All right. You've got two options to fight a giant the size of this house. Your first option, 50 grizzly bears and you. Your second option, 2 million bees and you. Which team do you pick? That's what I came up with.
Okay.
2 million bees.
Yeah, or 50 grizzly bears.
And how many giants are we fighting? You say
One.
one?
And it's the size of this house.
Oh. I'm
50 is a lot.
And
yeah.
this giant
When
is
we're
like,
talking 1-ton bears.
Yeah, but this giant is like, it's like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, except the size of this house.
Well, you know what? This is my vision of what my team's gonna do and how we're gonna succeed.
Okay.
I'm picking the Bears.
Why?
Whoa, this is my plan.
All right.
I'm gonna
Matika.
yeah. I am going to distract this giant. I'm gonna fucking moon him. I'm gonna show him my dick.
Dude, that would
I am going
me.
to distract
distract
him.
me.
Why don't you just shave your pubes and then he'll look right at it?
Yeah.
If he's anything like you.
Throwback
Yeah.
jokes.
And then he'll maybe tickle my gooch, unlike you.
Yeah.
God.
Maybe the giant will have etiquette.
Yeah, dude.
I
Come
haven't
on.
done it yet.
Will,
That's-
50 bears.
So, I'm distracting him, and then I have bears coming from both sides of him. They just grab a hold of his neck and they rip his head off, and we win. We succeed.
So are these-
I don't do a single
Are
thing.
these bears climbing up his legs?
Well,
Yeah,
if
how'd
it's
they
the,
get up to his neck?
if it's the size
That
of
was
this
really quick.
house, it's not a very tall.
It's not. This isn't like.
but
it's just
I
a
would,
chode
I would,
person. It's just
yeah,
a really big guy.
I would just
No, guys. Not like ground up roof.
Yeah.
I'm talking like
Lengthwise?
the actual size,
Yeah.
like
Like
square
volume.
square footage.
Yeah, I would just make sure that the giant was in a position where my bears could reach him, and those bears would just go in.
I would get him ready.
Yeah.
I would prime him up, and then
just
my
like
bears
section,
would get him.
I'll sick
Shoot him a little bit. Shoot him.
sick my fuck bears on.
Get
Yeah,
my grizzly.
bears. They'll get his
I'll
neck and
get
they'll,
'em.
they'll bite. They'll bite him.
Get him with my.
Yeah,
Get him with him.
kill him. Kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we succeed, and I look like the biggest badass ever. And I didn't even touch a finger on that giant.
He's dead.
Yeah, see ya, bud.
What do you pick, Al?
You don't
if
have a vision like that,
And
do
if
you,
you
Al?
pick bears, what's your strategy?
Well, is it just like? First of all, I got a question to clarify. Your question. Do I have like you said? It's the bears or the bees and me. Is
Yes.
it like? Are we all a team, or are they just there?
Well,
Do I communicate with them? Like, can I strategize?
Originally,
Like, is
I
this
thought
all
that
together?
they were like when I was envisioning this scenario, I was picturing the animals just being there, and then when Will picked bears, I was like, he would be just
Will
like,
strategized.
you know,
with the
but
bears.
like if I picked that situation where the animals are just there, then Will's just gonna get eaten. by the
Oh,
bears.
yeah.
So these animals are definitely on your team. Like you can
But
communicate
like,
with them.
they're on my team, and they're just like all attacking. It's like a
You can
stupid
talk to
Batman
the bees.
movie where they like
No,
take
no.
their turns going
No,
after him.
you can talk
or
to
can
the
I
bees.
be like, hey, you flank them and.
You can talk to the bees like humans, and you can talk
Okay,
to the
cool.
bears.
Then I might
like
take
humans.
the bees because I'd be like, all right, 2 million of you, like 500,000 of you fly into one ear, and then the other go to that ear, and then the other million go for the eyes, and then I'll whack them off with my feet. I'll do a handstand.
You're gonna need more than your feet for that.
And
That's
that'll
gonna
distract
be a big dick.
him. That'll distract him.
You're gonna have to
And
like
then
bear hug.
while that's happening, Will and his Grizzlies will get him in the rear.
Yeah, eat that. It's eating season, boys. Yeah.
Get him with the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he just will.
Get him.
That might be the
Juiciest.
Me and Al were just rooting you on.
We're like, lick that butt. Yeah, but get in there. Lick that butt.
That was great.
All right, we're all
This is gonna be a
fired.
great
This
podcast.
is gonna be a weird. When I edit this, I gotta be around one of you. Like,
No,
one of
we
you have to hear.
we
this.
have to
I
listen
think you
to
should
it
leave
all.
it in. We're gonna get some like weird niche of like truck drivers that just like to hear this creepy ass shit. Us like Twinkie, f***ing young 20-somethings.
Yeah, I like how you talk. Boy.
They're like, listen to
boy,
these
get
little
over
fairy
here.
boys talking about eating each other's.
Yeah, clean that belly button.
Get him with the Grizzlies. Get in there.
Shoot him.
I'm dead.
So
Hang on. Yeah, dude, that was a really good strategy with the bees. I didn't think about going in the ears because you wouldn't need very many bees to get in the ears.
Well,
and you like fly into the
if you stung the
skull.
eyes, like that's like
Well,
that would
if
be game over.
No
quick.
worries.
2 million bees, that's a lot. I would just be like, bees, sting him. And at 2
Yeah.
million,
That too.
Maybe that
You
would
couldn't-
be-
2
There's
million
no way he can
stings?
keep them off.
Maybe that would.
well, I feel like his body would go into shock.
You probably
no, it
would. You probably
2 million
You
bee
could probably
stings?
just threaten the
Bye-bye,
giant.
Giants.
Like, I feel like if he saw the
See
bees
ya, Alfred.
coming after him, and he's
See
like,
ya.
wait, you can talk to them? Call them off, dog. I'm not going to fuck with you. Like, I'm going to go about my day, and then we'd all be chill. Nobody would have to die.
Yeah, maybe we could all just hang out. You just talk to the giant, be like, "Hey, dude."
I'd be like, hey, do you like honey? I've got all
That,
these
or I would
bees.
just be like,
I-
Giant,
you
come
got
to
a
my
sweet
team.
tooth.
Let's
I
take
can
over
tell.
the world. It's acid season.
That was we got in depth there. As for me, I would probably pick bees as well, for reasons we've already covered.
I'm
bees and
I'm solo bearing.
So in the midst of competition, I deem Al the winner because he picked what I would have picked. Sorry, Will.
well, but
bees in the trap.
but just let me.
And the reason
rebuttal
Will's
this.
rebuttaling is because that's what competition's all
Exactly.
about. Getting better.
But,
But
I want to
whose strategy was better?
Will's.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, Will's had a good strategy there.
Well, I like my
That was-
strategy where Will and I worked as a team.
That's right.
Okay, that's cool. I'll accept. You both win.
Okay.
That's the day and age where
No.
Welcome to the
Well, we can
wonderful-
go on this topic now because I want to talk about it.
What? How you can tie in soccer?
Participation trophies.
I'm done with it.
Let's get into it.
It's so stupid.
I don't even
so
want
stupid.
An honorable mention.
If I'm gonna
Trophies
quote,
are dumb.
I'm gonna quote the famous Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you're last, and that is it. If you win,
One trophy,
yeah. Well, I think maybe second place deserves a little,
a medal,
a little
thing.
slap on the butt or something.
a little slap and a
Second
tickle.
place deserves a slap and a tickle. I think participation. I think participation awards can be good in certain scenarios, but not every scenario. And I'm trying to think of a scenario where it would be good, and I'm thinking like grade school something.
No, because the younger you start it, the worse it is. Because
Bad incentive.
yes, well, it's a bad. It's I mean, I understand what the kids get out of it. They're like, oh, we got a trophy. This is awesome. But at the same
You didn't
time,
do anything. You just
yeah.
showed up.
Okay, boys, so since we're on the topic of competition, I want to ask you both, what is your, like, top things to compete in and why?
I mean, of course, sports for me, dude.
Specifically.
I mean, soccer. That is what I'm best at.
Why?
Because I've worked at it long enough.
Okay, so it's just skill-based.
Yeah, but like my favorite thing to play, like compete against.
You can tell me, like, number 1, number 2, number 3, or you can just tell me, because, like, it's hard to kind of...
I mean, I am by far my best skill is definitely soccer.
Yeah, you're very good at soccer.
I know a lot about it. Skill wise, I'm above average. And
I mean, you definitely are. You're good at soccer, man. If I had your skills, I would play soccer.
it's fun. It's good exercise.
Al, what's your favorite thing to compete in?
It's the world's game.
I mean, it's sports for me. Like, I feel like
So-
sports is the competition of society. Like,
It's the
sports
oldest.
is like the biggest representation of competition in society, like human society.
it's
You know what I mean?
definitely
Like,
the
you can
oldest.
compete in other stuff. Like, there's like art competitions. There's like music competitions and stuff. But a lot of that stuff is subjective. Sports is like directly competitive. Like, you're literally usually it's
If you-
a side versus another side, and it's like
Yeah.
one wins by beating the other, so they lose. So like,
Yeah,
there's a
and
direct competition
sports goes way back. Like
It goes
the
far back.
Olympics when it first started, like
there.
that.
Wrestling,
That was
like Neanderthals probably.
Yeah.
that was the start of sports, and from now, I mean, since then, it's grown tremendously, and like look at it.
It's definitely like
Look at all the sports, like the action sports.
like
that
when
we
you
have
ask
today.
anyone in the world what is competition, their head's gonna immediately go to sports. Like, it's like the oldest thing. For me, one of my favorite things to compete in is video games.
Oh yeah,
Video games is
sure.
so fun to compete in, and I think it's because, like, in certain areas like soccer, like, I suck at soccer.
Yeah.
And so if you take the physicality out of it, and it's like just knowing like how to push buttons really well, that like puts everyone on like a same, like, it's a different kind of competition because everyone's like on the same, everyone's using the same controller.
Yeah,
The physicality's out of it.
But at the same time, a natural skill versus a video game, I'm too competitive when it comes to video games. I will get
No,
pissed.
you're not, Will.
I-
You're chi as fuck all the time.
Okay, shut the.
I've
You guys.
never ever witnessed you rage.
My video
Will's-
game
me and Will are
rage.
super competitive at video games. We
And-
make a good team.
Yeah, we do. Smash Bros. Come fight us. Come get us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna shout out the gamer tag.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we can't.
But yeah, that's one of
That-
my favorite.
But this is what I have to say to your video games comment.
Compared to a physical sport,
Yeah, well,
the
exactly.
physical thing's more.
The trait is of you kicking a soccer ball versus you kicking a soccer ball on FIFA.
Yeah,
Like,
the actual
Blake's
sport.
just unathletic, and so he's just using this as an
trying to
excuse.
defend
He's
this.
like, I like
No.
video games, actually.
Uh,
Well,
There
No, there's-
takes skill in video games. I'm not saying
There's one more type of competition that I like a lot, and it's not sports and it's not video games.
measuring.
Yes, and I always lose.
Yeah, me too.
no.
I'm a grown-ass shower.
I don't know what type or like what category of competition this falls in, but like growth competitions. So like
What?
if Al was like, "Hey, we're gonna see who can like lose 5 pounds fastest." Like I
yeah,
eat
like
that kind of like I don't know what that falls
Personal
under.
challenges.
Yeah, something like that. Or if it's like we're gonna see.
Those are basically bets.
We're gonna see who
Yeah.
can eat these 5 Oreos the fastest.
I
Like,
mean,
that kind of stuff is so fun. to me.
Competition, yeah, like even just like everyday competition, like if you're just like dicking around
Yeah,
somewhere.
I would.
Is that just like
It's like
competition
honestly,
you
in
can
general?
throw this closer.
well,
to
yeah,
that.
that you could say
I
like
love that.
I love it too, man.
gambling
It's so fun.
in sports competition. That is,
Yeah.
I love doing that.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
That's a good time.
because you put money on yourself, number one, and you're
do.
like, okay, I'm gonna do this.
Cards, that's also fun.
Yeah, cards.
Cards is fun.
Cards are fun.
But that
That kind of is in
a
like
lot
the
of
video
luck.
game
Yeah,
area.
Games.
There's can't
Just
Games.
control.
I think I like actually board games now more than I did whenever I was.
I definitely do. I like strategy games. They're fun. Guys, we need to play Betrayal again. I've been feeling it lately, kind of a little bit. Just sit on that.
Competition.
I'm done
Co-op.
with that
Sit on
game.
that for a little bit.
I have been the beast or the traitor too many times.
Have you guys ever been in like an eating competition?
I have.
No, I would not.
Really?
Like
And
it.
I
I know
won.
this. I know this
Nah.
story.
Yeah.
Is it the Oreos? yeah,
You won?
You and Tweed, didn't you?
They gave us both first. Cole, I finished 2 like milliseconds under Cole. And they were just like, you guys can just both have first.
What was your prize?
I don't even remember. It was something
Free
silly. Freshman
Oreos?
year, when I was in college, the floor like did different events to try to get like camaraderie on the floor. I think it's pretty typical in college here in the States. And we had a competition put together by our floor who could eat. I think they gave you like 5 Oreos. You had to like eat all 5 of them and like open your mouth and show that you were done. And whoever did it first won the prize. But the catch was no like milk or water or anything like that. Like you had to eat all 5 dry, so it got kind of hard at the end. Yeah, and me and Cole came in first.
So you just had to eat 5 Oreos.
Like you had to. That's not the hard part. The hard part's beating everyone else.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it's
You
the
ate just like.
competition.
Did
Yeah,
you like
yeah.
swallow them like half?
I
would just
actually
open my
chew?
gullet. and
I actually just like took my plate and crushed them, and then I just went.
You just snorted.
No,
You probably snorted it.
No, I didn't. I just ate them.
you guys probably lifted beforehand. Competitive drinking.
Bad.
Just while we're on this
Beer
topic,
fest?
just while we're on this
Yeah.
topic, I think competitive food eating is fucking gross.
It is.
It's silly.
What's that guy's name? Joey Chestnut.
Is all
Yeah,
competition?
Joey Chestnut.
Oh my
Gross.
god.
What do you call competition?
I want to say
gross?
some competition has like class, and there's not like a giant glutton factor mixed in with it.
Well, exactly. The one bad competition that I see is like a wet T-shirt contest or something.
Yeah, that
You
kind of
consider
stuff.
that to be
Dude,
bad?
I mean,
You wanna know
it's
something
cool,
else?
but like bad form of competition. Like,
Yeah, it's
oh,
not classy.
we're going to see whose girls look the best in a white wet T-shirt.
You
Like,
know what else is up? In my opinion, if someone's listening and they participate in this, I think you're a good person.
yeah, I'm not calling anyone out there, but in my
This is what I think is up competition. The like little kid
Pageant?
beauty pageant.
I
stuff.
hate
Yes,
those.
I hate that.
You know what?
I agree.
Also, competition is kind of weird.
What?
Capitalism.
Ah,
I was
it's
gonna
true.
say UFC fighting.
It's true.
Yeah, people
UFC
hammer
fighting's
fisting
weird.
each other's
Yeah.
face.
It's like I'm gonna beat your head in,
Let's
dude.
hammer
it's-
fist your face into the ground.
The only thing that makes me okay with that is they are. So, like, here's the difference between UFC and toddlers and tiaras. UFC.
Let's combine them.
UFC. Oh my god, that's our new show.
Just little
Yeah.
girls beating the
Just
shit out of each other.
Toddlers
did
in the
you
octagon.
know.
Each other's hair.
Toddlers in the
This
octagon.
this was our main goal. We are
throwing
going
each
to
other.
start the first.
I'm the Joe Rogan of toddlers in the
The
octagon.
first. We gotta come up with a great name, like
It's not. It's not happening. The difference between toddlers and tiaras in the UFC is this. The UFC people are adults, and they choose to enter the UFC. The toddlers, they're just like, what am I doing, Mommy? How do I get food today? And she's like, you got to walk down this.
She's like, shut up and learn your song.
Yeah, that's the difference.
But at the same time, entertainment. Jesus.
You know what we should do?
Seeing that poor parenting, God, that would just like imagine your daughter. Like this is a very bad. Imagine, like just listen. Your daughter. Good God.
Imagine if.
Um. God. We gotta quit, dude.
I'll say this.
No,
right
let me
now.
say this.
I can
Let me
only
say this.
imagine.
Hey.
That's what I was going for, but
This
this came out.
Listen.
Jesus.
What I'm really looking for,
Tears. Oh my God.
I just want a competition between all the moms, the pageant moms, and like see which one's the biggest tank.
Yeah.
Tank as in like.
Let's put them to the test.
Toddlers and tiaras moms in the octagon.
Yeah.
Heavyweight edition.
Number 4.
Holy shit, guys, that was funny. This has been our worst podcast, but it's been the most fun to
Yes.
shoot. I've laughed so hard during this
I
one.
peed.
Out of our
Again.
Oh my
out of
God.
our friendship, this has been the best. For you guys, you probably. I mean, I hope you enjoyed it.
Are we wrapping up? Let's wrap up.
Let's see who can wrap up the quickest. All right, guys, this is
Hey,
Try to
thanks,
Goulash. Thanks
we were talking
for
about
coming in.
competition
I'm
today,
Alex. This is
and
Blake.
that's
This is
what
Will. We
it
talked about
goes on.
competition. And
See ya!
Bye. See you next week.
And,
Bye.
competition, I think you won, Al.
Nope, nope,
See you
nope.
later, everybody. Hope
Hey,
you enjoyed hanging out with us.
I'm gonna
We'll see
get
you
the
next
last one in. Nope. I'm gonna get the last word in. See you guys. I love you all. You're beautiful people. Competition is great for us all.
Goodbye.
All right, bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Goodbye, everybody. This is Blake. I'm the last one talking. See ya.
So USA, Canada, and Mexico, they got the bid to host. Oh my God! What the fuck? Oh my goodness! What? This is it's cursed. It's destiny, Jesus. Maybe I should have just sat out tonight.
Maybe we shouldn't edit this at all. I'll just upload the whole thing raw.
Yes.
Like a 5-hour delay.
Oh my God. Okay. Hopefully my body can fucking not make noises. Jesus.